background first about performance networks. We are the largest public sector benchmarking service in the UK, local government, and also with obviously the COVID pandemic, people need evidence more than ever. So we're seeing growing numbers of the benchmarking service.
So the point of this is that whilst developments are raised through members, developments are implemented and trialled through members, we can't do everything always at the same time. But yeah, it's in the thinking, and I'm pretty confident that this will be something that'll be starting to work up very, very soon.
And as I've just got off the phones, the Manchester Airport Group are good examples. They operate Manchester, East Midlands and Stansted airports, and they've rolled out our incident app to help them with tracking key incidents and events across their major sites. You're able to take photos and upload those photos as part of your initial analysis and to help with your investigations. And one of the main benefits here is the ability to then log these incidents, to follow your process. And you can see we've got quite a comprehensive process at the top here, which is decision based. So if we would say yes to a question that we required an investigation log, that would appear. And you also have the option to link an incident to a risk. So that may really impact the next risk assessment due to the severity of the incident that has occurred on a particular site or to a particular member of your.
What we can see is that there has been a sustained increase in cycling, but we're not seeing that at the levels that everybody predicted. So we'd see this massive depletion in cars off the roads and people walking and cycling more. So we are seeing some increase in cycling, but it's not really taken that many vehicles off the road.
A radar traffic sensor is used to measure traffic volume, enabling Planet to gradually reduce the energy consumption of groups of highway lights. The lights are automatically dim when the roads are empty and brighten when the traffic appears. The sensor also collects speed and traffic mix data, which can be used for traffic planning to augment snapshot traffic surveys and for correlation with other real-time data such as air quality.
This is an excerpt from our impact brochure which was developed using outcomes from our SWOT and personal analysis. This clearly shows that benefits of trading with Derbyshire Catering Service versus a contract caterer.
Kenza manufacture and install ground source heat pumps across the UK. Our heat pumps basically work with ambient heat from the ground or water, so you can call them ground source or water source heat pumps. What we usually do at Kenza is connect the heat pumps to a shared ground loop. And the shared ground loop is basically lots of holes that are drilled into the ground. So a drilling rig is usually situated on the site and they drill a hole the thickness of a large dinner plate, and they can go down to depths of around 350 meters.
Their climate emergency action plan is called Sustainable Dundee, focusing on energy, transport, waste and resilience. So when designing this action plan, they've gone down like a sort of a co-design process. So they've been included 50 separate public, private or community organisations to develop and design the plan together.
This really is sort of another area that we're researching at the moment, and obviously something that's quite pertinent to a lot of cemeteries, I'd imagine, and that's drainage issues. And so we're spending quite a lot of money and time researching how we can be more effective at draining cemeteries in a holistic way. And this is a project we're undertaking in Barnet for a private Jewish cemetery. And in this particular 2 slides, what we've been looking at is building a totally integrated drainage system. So the actual surface is connected to all of the drains within it.
And it's all right for government to bring legislation in, but at the end of the day, it will be down to your officers to deliver that. And there needs to be a better sort of connection between government and these services to understand before legislation or new regulations are put in or new help and advice that's required, is there an ability to practically deliver that? And I think there is a new role very much in the post-COVID world as well.
We've identified 5 pledges to thrive, pledges that we're describing. And last year we undertook a major organisational restructure. And as part of that, Sport and Leisure actually moved into what is now defined a new public health and wellbeing service. So that includes our traditional public health team, but also those other universal services such as libraries, arts, culture, events, community safety, with the ultimate aim to redefine and a coherent health and wellbeing offer.
71.75 have been furloughed, and if you cast your minds back then, there's quite a bit of uncertainty at the start about whether local authorities could furlough staff, and about 20% have been put into other roles, so food distribution and some of those other COVID related activities.
Finally, I'd like to thank all the speakers, and also thank you obviously to CAMS for sponsoring the workshop and the whole event as well. So thank you everyone, hope you join us tomorrow morning. Take care and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.